The chairman of the Sri Sathya Sai Health and Education Trust and a public health champion. Mr. C. Srinivas leads the teams that establish and run the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Centers of Child Heart Care, and his endeavor since the first hospital came up in Naya Raipur, Chhattisgarh, is to mitigate the risks of congenital heart disease among children by creating an ecosystem of prevention, cure, research, and training. He would like to voice his thoughts next on the future steps of this chain of hospitals. Inviting Mr. C. Srinivas.
Most revered and beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, whose presence today in this beautiful hall makes it so significant and so blessed. Most distinguished ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers of Mumbai, of Maharashtra, and this great country of ours. I am truly humbled to be here today. Mumbai, a great city of our country, a city known for its enterprise, for its resilience, for its immense hard work, and its ability to coexist and progress and develop this great country of ours. I am deeply honored and humbled to have the presence of so many distinguished men and women, stalwarts and achievers of this great city of Mumbai. Even to be in a room with such distinguished men and women is an inspiration in itself. Above this, I must say, from the depths of my heart, I feel deeply blessed. And this would resonate with each one of you when I tell you that I am here because of my Guru and God, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. It was in the year 2000, over 18 years back, when the government of Maharashtra approached him and asked him to start a totally free of cost center for care for the citizens, children of Mumbai, Maharashtra, and India. Sometimes the sankalp of a guru transcends time, and you do not know when, at what time it forms shape, structure, and dawns into a reality. That I am, my dear sisters and brothers, standing here before you today is as an obedient servant in gratitude to my master, whose will and wish it was to serve the children and the people of Maharashtra. That it took 18 years to come about is a fact, but I'm sure much will be done hereon. So being humbled, being honored, and more than anything else, deeply touched to be blessed by my master for this institution to be coming up. What really is the differential of Sanjeevani? Having lived for 52 years at the feet of my master, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, when we look at health, and it was expounded so beautifully, so eloquently, and so appropriately by the distinguished speakers in front before me, health, as we all in this hall would wish to turn it from an expense into an investment. It was so rightly pointed out by Madam and by dear Ashish and by Bala, when for a moment we shift health as an expenditure or a bill we have to pay, to turn it into an investment. He beautifully monetized and quantified what that investment can do. I can only add, my dear sisters and brothers, this living experience which we have day in and day out. There are hundreds and thousands of families that come to us every day. We on purpose go to the remote geographies of our country. It was Baba's wish and will when he told me that when I lived in the body, I lived in a place called Puttaparthi. So many would come to the institution I set up here and also come to see me. Now that my body will soon cease to be, we must go out into the country. We must go out and reach out to the people who cannot come. And it is through these institutions, it is through all of you that I will reach out to people who should be served. They do not have the ability to come. They do not have the capacities to come. So we should be going out to them. This experience that I found in living the message of Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani, when we go out into the rural hinterland, the societal good that comes out of this investment, how can we ever even fathom when Ashish said 63 years of a quality life comes to a child who would have otherwise died? Imagine, my dear sisters and brothers, into that environment of simple love, kindness, empathy, compassion, and belongingness, when you care for that child, for that family, at its most vulnerable position in life, how much of love transfers itself. The greatest power that we have is the power to love each other. That defines our humanity, that defines our civilization, that defines our existence. The ability to love and to be compassionate. And when a mother comes to our hospitals in the hundreds, traveling over 2,000 kilometers, 2,500 kilometers, running up debts of 3, 4, 5 lakhs of rupees, you must see the magic of even entering a hospital. There is such a sea of change in that family, the hope, the prayer, the positivity that comes to them, and when this cure is effected and when they go back, truly it is an investment in itself. I think the greatest gift we can give to these would be the gift of their life, which will translate them into societal contributors, into contributors to our state, contributors to our city, and contributors to our nation. When somebody is at its most vulnerable point in life, an act of kindness means the world. There is a lot of difference when you go and pay for a service, but when it becomes a gift, when it becomes a grace, when it becomes a blessing from above, be sure that that child grows up to be a divine child. The power of the divine is just not even thinkable. What can a boy or a girl growing up with love, given that gift of life, do to your country? And Abdul Kalam, we all know what he was when he was a child. And Narendra Modi, we all know what he was when he was a child. Be sure many such people like in this room will possibly come out who otherwise would have died when society stood by them. Satya Sai Sanjeevani is nothing but the ability of an institution to stand by somebody when they have nowhere to go, when they do not have anybody to turn to. I am sure Ashish's dreams and the likes of the brilliant teams and many surgeons of ours and cardiologists are sitting in this room. And it is a testimony to what a free-serving hospital can do. These young doctors that come and work with us, they truly amaze me. The outperformance I see from people, working tirelessly, relentlessly, ceaselessly, fighting like warriors for every child whom they never know. Their families are not their brothers or sisters or their friends, but just to think of them as your very own, just to think of them that they are, after all, somebody's child, some father or mother begot them. That is the experience of Satya Sai Sanjeevani. In essence, it is truly the experience of love which defines a human being. What then is the way forward, as the lady just mentioned? What is the dream one has for Mumbai? Satya Sai Sanjeevani would have 4 things to do. My revered brother Anand Bang, who himself and his family are great tribal social workers of Maharashtra and an inspiration to me, is here. The first task we are engaged in resonance to Ayushman Bharat, which the Prime Minister announced just this morning, is a countrywide pregnant mother child health program. The future of health in our country is not going to be in non-communicable diseases. India spends 90%, or a family in India spends 90% of its money when the person is going to die in the next 1 year or 2 years. But we do not spend even 5% of our entire income when a child is born. When we know life is not going to be very long, we spend a lot of money in terms of coming to specialty hospitals, in ICU care, ventilator care, hoping to bring some more life. But our spend, as was pointed out, is minuscule when the child is born or when there is a pregnant mother. So the big focus of Satya Sai Sanjeevani would be antenatal care, pregnant mother care, and child care. So we run predominantly the Divine Mother and Child Health Program, which works with the primary health centers of the country and which will be a significant contribution in Maharashtra, where we will be working with the government of Maharashtra to take care of the pregnant mothers, to give them safe motherhood, safe deliveries, and safe children. Obviously, Satya Sai Sanjeevani is a state-of-the-art tertiary care pediatric cardiac hospitals. We do amongst the largest numbers which exist today in the country. We would constantly push frontiers and medical limits to do the very best. We would have the latest techniques, technologies, devices to be doing high-quality pediatric cardiac care. This is not a statement, it is a sad reality of our times as we all sit here, that there are so many millions of children dying. So it becomes, what health is not just a family's responsibility or an individual's responsibility, it is a collective responsibility. It's a responsibility of the state, of the country, of each one of us sitting there. After all, some sick child was born to some parents. It has some mother, some father, some brother, some sister. We are just fortunate it is not us, or we are just fortunate, hopefully, it is not our children suffering that fate. So making Navi Mumbai's state-of-the-art Child Heart Center, Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani is the single only pediatric cardiac chain of hospitals, is something we would have to do by sheer necessity. What our dream is, which would really certainly interest many of you, is to be creating in Navi Mumbai India's first national center for pediatric cardiac sciences. The National Center for Pediatric Cardiac Sciences will encompass and comprise everything to do with child care. This would be right from preventive care, educative care, promotive care, curative care to rehabilitative care. All the facilities and requirements of training, skills, experiences in forms of fellowships and whatnot, which is so vitally required. As was pointed out, we could build institutions of brick and mortar, but we need people to work. We need skilled hands, we need deft fingers to be doing this kind of work. So the great city that has enormous enterprise and ability should become the home for India's and possibly the only national center for pediatric cardiac sciences. This is an investment not just for the current generation, but for the generations to come, when healthy children will come out and hopefully never come born with a heart defect. The fourth serious area of focus would be research. We are commencing a national registry of children with congenital heart disease. Sadly, and I really doubt this when people say there are 300,000 children born, 200,000 children born, or I do not know how many born. I do not think there is any proper parameter by which these numbers are measured. So I, my dear sisters and brothers, put myself with a test. I went to the most remote part of India, the most undeveloped part, and built a hospital and did not speak about it to anybody. I wanted to see if you can offer free child heart care, will there be really patients and will they come here? And lo and behold, they came by the droves. They shocked me when they came from unknown parts of our country, traveling great distances. Raipur, Chhattisgarh is then considered a backward part of our country. Today, it is a developing part of our country. We went there, we were unknown. I thought nobody would come there. People scared me to go to that place. Today, it sees the largest number of children with heart disease in the world. This is something I feel so touched, because being free of cost is certainly one thing, but what it does to that family, what it does in terms of a platform of goodness and gratitude it gives, is something which India will reap the benefits in the generations or in its years ahead. Research into congenital heart diseases. Mumbai cannot be but the better place than that. The thinking mind, the fertile mind lives here, exists here. So can we, with these large numbers, come together and give forth to humanity or to the children of the world its first center for research into congenital heart diseases? Why should India be the capital of congenital heart disease? Can Mumbai give the answer? Can we put heart, soul, mind, and our abilities together and find a solution? The future will hold us in great remembrance and respect if we give them families who will never have children born with disease. This is my prayer, and I am once again greatly humbled to be in this great city. This is a city of aspirations, of hopes, of dreams, and prayers. So like the millions who try and make their way into this great city, I have come here, and I know I am amidst friends and amidst those who will embrace me with their love and affection, because I sincerely and selflessly care for that little child whose name was and is today.